it was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Hello everybody, my name is Tanatswa. I'm a university student. I'm studying accounting.
Hi, my name is Tanya Radzo Blessing Chimoy. I'm also a university student studying biological sciences.
Hello everyone, my name is Dini Mutata. I'm a Youth Hubster, Youth Hub liaison officer.
Hello, my name is Mufarum Siajirio and I'm also a Youth Hubster. Mainly I work with young people, convening discussions around tropical issues affecting young people, be it SRHR, be it climate change. So yeah, basically I've got a passion of working with young people.
It's never easy talking about this, isn't it? And it's almost painful remembering how stupid and naive I was. It wasn't a matter of I loved him or he loved me, but it was a matter of we've been together for a year and a half, and you're not willing to provide all the things that a guy needs in a girl. And he said it's freaking 2018, babe. Like, who's not doing it in 2018? Who isn't? And, I believed him because I thought, he's been there. He does, he does the things that needed to be done for his...
How old was he?
Older.
No. Older.
Older.
And you were younger.
I was younger.
So manipulation?
It was almost. But then I told myself I didn't have a choice because he's going to go. And he promised he would go. And I cried about it. I told my friends, he said he's going to go. And friends, they're like, we are doing these things. You should show him you love him, So I did it. It was the worst. Painful, didn't even last.
Ouch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It didn't even, I don't think he even did it right. It took me a while to say I can do this again,
Even though it took 3 days? Because the process to do it. Like, when it hurt, I was like, stop. And then the next day, then it hurt, like, less. And then I was like, stop. Well, it's a good thing. Okay, I think you need the right partner.
Yeah.
That's like a very important thing. Mm-hmm. So with him, I guess he was patient. Yeah, through the whole process.
Oh, let me be fair to the guy community, right? I don't want to lie. It feels good. I don't want to lie. Apart from it feeling good, it gives you this manly stature. You feel me? When you get to a point where you are dating a girl and she finally gives it to you, you feel like you have made it. Right, you have made it to the right spot. So for guys, I wouldn't say it's ever. If you're not forced, I don't know if there's anything called force on a guy, but if you're not forced, I don't think it's ever traumatizing. It's an experience that maybe back then I would have done differently and maybe correctly, but still, to me, I felt like that was a welcome to manhood. I wanted to do it again and again.
It's very unfortunate when you are young. And because you actually haven't been taught about all these things, everything is happening so quickly and it's happening so wrong. Like, it's all going wrong because it's very unfortunate. You realize it when he's lying on top of you and you finally figure out, like, what am I doing?
He said for the first time you cannot even wear protection or it won't work. It just won't.
You had an uninformed decision because you had not been actually taught about it. You figured out this guy lying on top of you and you're thinking, what? Your mind is not even, your mind is not there. Hence, it's physically, it's painful. Mentally, it is just it's traumatizing. having to think about it, remember it, having to think, did that just happen? It is. Maybe for guys it's different. I'm talking from the girls' side of perspective. I've got a friend who literally cried herself for weeks, asking what did I do and why did I do it? Because in her mind it kept on replaying and replaying and replaying. But this guy is even asking for more. I'm like, she's not even past the first time. You haven't even given her time to digest.
You just broke my back. I had it in my head. What have I done? Obviously, I've pleased this person. My parents will be the most disappointed creatures on this planet if they know about this.
Actually pleased yourself. It's horrible. Do you go and actually access information before diving in with something that just happens?
I think then it now stems back to the issue of our cultural society. The minute you try to access information on, okay, I'm a virgin, I need to engage in sexual activity for the first time, our culture sees sex as taboo. So the minute you mention that, they're like, you know what, you're a virgin, you're good, stay that way.
Yeah, but then you see, that's the thing. Then Blessing is going to go to Rumbi and they're going to have this conversation about, they're two virgins, they're going to have this conversation where they're talking about, oh yeah, so then if you do this, and we are just lying to each other. Because we don't have info. You are too clueless people.
It's not all bad. It's not all bad. She said. It's not
your
all
friend.
bad.
Oh, Google.
Yes, that was like a cultural advisor.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Google then.
Until I got caught.
Google that.
Yeah. The lecture after was terrible, but it had happened, and if it's done, it's done.
One of the reasons why the rate of teen pregnancy has risen, right, for the past few years, I think it's because as policymakers, or the adults rather, they are not really fully prepared to accept that teenagers are having sex. Because even if you look at our policies right now, they are still infringed on the fact that when you're a young person below the age of 18, you cannot access contraceptives at the absence of your mother or your guardian. So I think it all falls back to the issue that those ones who are duty bearers, they are not really fully in acceptance of the fact that young people are engaging in these conversations and they're engaging in sex.
Their mindset is still wrapped around, if we provide these things for you, we are promoting it.
Exactly.
Not that we are helping you, but they think they're promoting us having sex. Now, when your mom gives you condoms, she buys you pills, she puts you on an injection. My mom is like, go and have sex, my daughter. It's okay. We are helping you to do it.
That means as young people, you are abusing the power that you're being given, right? Because right now, either way, even if we don't give you the contraceptives, right, you're still going to engage in sex.
You know, the thing is, some of us, we don't even know where to start.
Having sex?
Having sex is like your boyfriend tells you, it happens. It's a natural thing. You don't need to be told. But we don't know, you are told these things. If I pull out, if I do this, if I do this, you believe because you really do not know. You are not aware. Yes. So if only we could have people who tell us, no, this is not true. Jumping up and down after sex 10 times doesn't help. You are told those things.
Literally believe that. I don't want to judge or anything like that, but I'm thinking those are myths around about using contraceptives. Hence, if you are at college, I'm assuming there's a clinic at the university. How accessible is the clinic? Can't you go and ask, you know what, nurse, I'm here. I want to find out about contraceptives. I want to find out about if I jump around after having sex, am I not going to fall pregnant?
That's when we started knowing these things. I went to the Langam Center at University of Zimbabwe. They teach you about HIV and AIDS, STIs, things like that. Yeah. But probably someone like me would have had sex way before they went to university, like upper six, when you're still in high school. And our decisions were misguided because we talk to each other. Hey, Blessing, I'm doing this. Girl, you can do this and that and that. Take some detergent after it, you are fine. It works,
tea.
you know. But yes.
I also want to say that I think one of the reasons why then we sit like in tables like this, spreading misconceptions, is because in these clinics or whether the service providers, there are no youth-friendly services. You find when you walk into a nurse, when you walk into a clinic, the nurse is like probably twice the age of your mother. She looks at you and she asks you, "What are you doing with sex?"
Yes.
At the age of 22. And when you're looking at her, probably you ask her, "How old is your firstborn?" The firstborn probably will be 40 something. And then you realize she probably started having sex at 14.
Exactly.
And then you ask yourself, okay, fine. So at what point do I then have to get into these services and ask for these things?
They're trying to
At some point, I want to get tested. I do it regularly. It's a thing that I do after every,
Okay.
So I got tested. After that, isn't they cancel you? They tell you, and they're like, "So how are you going to maintain the status?" I'm like, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. No, abstain. Don't. That's what she said to me. She's like, no, and I'm like, if I have done it before, you can't tell me to stop, and you should be helping me. This is how you prevent A, B, C, D. Don't do it at all. Don't do it. That's not helping us. It's not helping us. She was instilling fear instead of like telling me, no, you should,
There's a thing that spreads when you're dating your girlfriend. The minute you start dating, the first time you have sex, you're using protection. And then the second time, because you're not really sure. But then the third time, it goes into unprotected sex. And once you get into that blanket, it never goes back to protected sex, whether we get an STI or what. So my question now is, as young people, how are we willing to then deal with these things, societal values, right? Not only that, let me add another question as people will be contemplating on that. I want to ask this question on a fair basis. How do we want our nurses who are as the same age as our mothers to take away the values and the ethics of being a mother when they see you walking into a clinic with 6 STIs? How do you want her to take away the value of being a mother, to just treat you and say, you know what, let me treat you, go back, you can continue? As young people, how?
The reason why she's treating me is because she didn't help me the first time I got in there, and I asked, how do I help myself? So all I can say is these people, at least they should put more young nurses who can relate, who have been through this. I feel like my mom cannot talk about sex with me because she never went to university. She didn't know that people have sex on a daily basis anywhere and everywhere. There are condoms in a library. Everywhere there are condoms. So she didn't know. So she cannot come and tell me, Tanatswa, no, this is how you do it. She can't, because to her, it's not there. It doesn't exist. So they should introduce people young like us. I'm sure there are nurses in their 25s, to talk to us, help us. So now you want to be a mother. When I got inside there, you didn't tell me, my child, use protection, do this. You were like, what are you doing in this place? You didn't help me.
These days, people have gone to a part where they think that having unprotected sex with your girlfriend is a sign of affection.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So even those who are married, when they're cheating, they don't even bring in the condom conversation. Right? So that same thing cascades to us young people. My question is, as young people, how then are we going to address these issues then?
I once heard of a statement where they said if you're having sex and you can't say condom, please, you're too young to be having sex.
Wow.
Well, I don't mean in terms of age. Okay. In terms of, when you decide you want to have sex, you have to be mature about it.
And informed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My dream is to live a life that is not tainted by my past. I don't want the decisions that I make today to affect my tomorrow.
My dream, I've got a couple. First of all, from here, first thing is get a university degree. I want a first class because I want to get caped by the president.
I dream to become a person who's influential within the community as always within the corporate sector, right? I do not want to be just a person who's seated behind the desk, running a lot of papers but not making any change within the community. There is always need to give back to the community, something called black tax. I believe in it so much.
I dream to be the face behind change.